Alright guys, just an update here. I've been doing a little bit of work on this truck lately. First, I'm going to start off with these rims. You probably don't even recognize them, but they were on the truck in the last video I made. They were aluminum, and they are aluminum, and they were oxidized severely. But I sandblasted them and put a real nice paint job on it, and I'm just getting ready to finish up with clear coat. I've got it all taped off to try to save the tires a little. But I didn't do it half-assed. I actually did the back too. Here's the old ones, just steel rims. A lot heavier with these tires on it for sure. And then also, I've got the Durspark 2 set up in here now. Better coil, and this is the only part I didn't have for it, and I had to make this deal homemade with the butt connectors. I did put a horn on it because the old one went out. It's been sitting for so long. The only two sensors that I have not working right now are the temperature, which I don't really need, and the fuel tank. That's very necessary. But I got the heat working, alternator diodes out because I poured coolant all over it when I was doing the heater core hoses, and need to get a new carburetor because it's only working on 2 barrels, and I think I'm going to stay with the 600 cubic feet per minute carburetor because that gets a lot of air flowing through there that like I want, and the 450 and smaller ones are just too small for this motor. I feel like I'm not going to go small again. Might as well just go back to the 1 barrel. And you can see I've got my vacuum advance hooked up too, which does help it idle a lot, especially in this cold weather. Did take the choke thermostat, vacuum thermostat choke deal, whatever it's called, off and put a cable on it running into the cab. Right here you can see it. The only bad thing about it is sometimes with that hole cut in the top of the hood, when it gets all cold and freezing and melting, all the changing temperatures, it sometimes gets seized, so that's not very good when your choke's stuck on. I like to leave it on so that it at least starts. I did get the radio to work. I found some speakers at a garage sale, and I'm so surprised that the old radio that has been in the truck for 10 years that it was sitting actually works. But it does. I just got a speaker that doesn't fit up in there, but that's good for now. This door panel needs to go on here. I've been having a hard time finding the plastic studs for the door panels. And once I get these rims on here, I am planning on starting to do body work and replacing panels on this truck. All the weather seals need to be replaced because I feel like water's just going to start getting down in there again and rusting the doors out. I don't want to risk that after I do all that work. The front corner panels, I think I'm just going to replace those because that shouldn't be too hard. It's just a solid chunk there. And then the bed, I'm going to need to take that off and do a lot of work to it because right here is all rusted out. Not as bad as the other side. There's not very much metal left here. But yeah, it'll be an experience for sure. There's a lot of dents up here, which I'd hate to do Bondo, but it's just going to be so hard to get up in there and hit them all out. Cab corners too. And this panel, I don't know what happened with this, but it's either been replaced or the factory didn't paint it right or something. I doubt that would happen. This is the truck that we did the 5.4 Triton rebuild on. That's what it's got in it. And I don't know exactly where the leak is, but I'm going to assume that the leak is actually from us tightening the oil pan bolts too much and it crimped them up. But it leaks a lot. And I've got some plans for this truck for sure. I've already done an exhaust job to it. Stock tailpipe, no tip yet. And then the stock dual catalytic converters. But the shortest Flowmaster muffler we bought, and I welded all those joints. Welded. That's welded. That's welded. That wasn't too expensive, and I painted it too. and not just the seals are going to be replaced. Since we did do the exhaust in the back, we're planning on putting headers on it, because it's just got the stock manifolds, as you can see right there, and those don't do very well for sound or flow. But the engine is so big and powerful that I don't really need to do much to it. We're planning on putting a chip in it too, but the only problem with that is the emissions inspection. It might not be up to par with that, so we'll see. But I have plans for both of these. Hopefully get this one to stop leaking and run a little better, and then that one needs to be, a lot of stuff needs to happen. Pretty much needs to be stripped down all the way and rebuilt. But yeah, I know it may not seem like it's worth it to you guys, and it doesn't to me either, but it's mainly experience. I need to learn how to do this someday, and I'm planning on being a welder when I grow up. So I really want to learn how to get these panels in and not be scared of doing it. As well, the running lights / dashboard lights are out too, and I did find the wire that goes to the tail light running lights, which is actually the same bulb as the blinker bulb, just 2 different filaments. Hopefully I'll find that. It's shortened somewhere, because I've gone through fuses and fuses. There's one right there, and like 4 more in here that just blew. I tried so many different things, and we've also I've stripped every wire that's unnecessary out of it. This is all that's left. 4 wires. Actually, these 4 are not. Just these 4. These were the old ignition wires. And pull that back through. But yeah.